all we got to do now is just pop generate, and it starts generating. So right off the bat, you can see, boom, there you go. There is the image that has been generated. Hey, Mike here. So in today's video, I am going to show you how I generate images given just whatever kind of text you have within a note. It doesn't have to be literally anything that has to do with visuals themselves. It's just text. As you can see here, I have a neuroscience document opened, and all it is just a simple wiki version of what neuroscience is, and it explores things like the advanced topics in neuroscience, fundamental concepts, and the research and methodology portions of it. So you might be wondering, why would I want to create an image for something like this, like a note that really doesn't benefit from imagery, when you could just Google something? Well, let's say you are producing a YouTube video about neuroscience, and you can replace neuroscience, of course, with any topic that you can think of. Or maybe you're creating a presentation on something for class, and you just want a very nice graphic or multiple graphics that you can include in your PowerPoint. So this is how I go about it. The first thing you need, of course, is the context itself. So this is the note that I'm going to be using. And all that you got to do from here is, of course, have text generator installed. So just make sure that you have it, from the community plugins, browse, text generator. I have many, many, many videos on this specific plugin, and yeah, just go and check it out. As for the settings themselves, let's take a look here all the way at the bottom. Actually, they have this new search for option feature. So here we could just type in modal and make sure that this is on. Both of these should be on. I think by default, actually, modal suggest is off. I'm not sure why, but yeah, just make sure that it's on. I have two separate templates that I utilize. The first one, which we're going to use right now, is called description. So generate a description for an image. So this generates a description for an image given the context. So we just enable that. Here we can put in additional notes, any optional notes that we want to have for the image. Let's say I want to feature an older gentleman, or let's say I want to feature a golden retriever wearing a laboratory coat, right? Whatever I want the image to have, I can add it into these optional notes. So for the sake of the tutorial here, I'm not going to put in anything. You can play with that on your own. All I'm going to do is just generate. And as you can see, I have the content here. It's called content now. It used to be called context, but they renamed it to content. I just have everything included. Literally each part of the metadata, even though this specific file only has one piece, but I don't make any modifications to this. The more text, the better, I found, at least for this description generator. So yeah, all we got to do now is just pop generate, and it starts generating. So right off the bat, you can see that it has the image tag right here, IMG. It's surrounded by a single bracket, and you'll see why that's the case in just a second. So there you go. There is the description. It starts off with a close view of a neuron. I'm not going to read this whole thing. So that's the description of the image. So now what we're going to do is /, in my case, I have this labeled as generating a YouTube thumbnail image. The way that this works, let me click generate here. So in the top right-hand corner, you can see that it's generating image. And while it's generating, let me explain a little piece here. Anything that is in between these image tags, now they have to be specifically a single bracket, IMG single bracket. Anything between this text is sent to OpenAI API, and that in turn generates the image itself. So none of this other text. That's why you didn't see, for example, a context window. And now we're just waiting for the image to finish generating. Boom, there you go. There is the image that has been generated. So if you don't like this image, you can either regenerate the image or you can regenerate the thumbnail description. But I really like the way that this looks. And so we will keep this. We'll actually move this thumbnail all the way to the top. Now we have a nice image for our neuroscience page. I could have used this for a thumbnail. I could have used this for a PowerPoint presentation. You get the idea. So yeah, both of these templates will be available either on my website, SystemSculpt.com, or on my Patreon page for my patrons for free to download. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow.